What's up guys, Tyler from Duelcaster here. I'm bringing you another Duel Commander match this week. This time I'm running Etali, Primal Storm. New card from Rivals of Ixalan. I had a lot of fun brewing this. This is a mono red, big mana, wildfire style deck. And there's a link to the deck list in the video description if you want to check that out. My opponent is running Atraxa, Praetors Voice. This is often like a Super Friend style Planeswalker heavy deck, but I've seen other builds that are +1/+1 counters on creatures, or just kind of a good stuff control deck. So this was a really epic match, so I hope you enjoy it. All right, game one, I am on the play, and I see an opening hand, which I obviously have to mulligan with no lands, but it does have Blood Moon, which is one of the best cards in this matchup against a 4-color non-red deck. My second hand looks much better. I have plenty of mana, Sunset Pyramid to kind of draw some cards, and Wasteland to kind of mess with his mana. I see a Thran Dynamo, and I'm going to keep that on top because I have enough mana to cast it. All right, on my turn 2, I waste his Temple Garden and say go. I play the Sunset Pyramid. I draw a Cursed Totem, which is not very good in this matchup. But anyway, the Sunset Pyramid is a nice card because even after you use up all the brick counters, you can scry to kind of increase your chances of hitting with Etali. And anyway, I use it on my next turn to see if I hit like a come into play tap land, but I don't. And he plays Nissa, Steward of Elements, on his turn 3, which is kind of scary because I don't have a way to kill that very easily besides Chaos Warp, and he's going to be able to use it a lot before I can do much about it. But I just keep on building my mana with Thran Dynamo. On his turn, he pluses Nissa again, and on end step, I'm able to use Sunset Pyramid to draw a card. All right, I have drawn Gauntlet of Might here, which is a very nice card in this matchup. Doubles all mana production from my mountains, and it makes Etali slightly bigger. That's really pretty minor effect, but I play Etali and then it immediately dies to a Diabolic Edict, so I gotta sack that guy, but at least I have enough mana left over to use Sunset Pyramid again on his turn, and recast Etali for that matter. On his next turn, he goes Gideon of the Trials, which is not that scary, but could pose a problem if I try and do attack as planeswalkers or creatures. He kind of just pluses it, and he pluses Nissa as well. So Nissa at this point is able to ultimate. All right, on my next turn, I draw Batterskull, and it's kind of unfortunate that I missed my land drop here because I really want to recast Etali and play Batterskull, but instead I just go Burning of Genie to kind of mess with his mana since I have plenty of mana production, although it really affects me pretty hard because of the Gauntlet of Might. I'm losing a bunch of mountains, but this way I'm able to play Burning of Genie and then Batterskull. That was a kind of a tough call on that turn. I don't know if I made the right call. Anyway, he pluses his Planeswalkers again. I draw Chandra, Torch of Defiance, which is quite nice. It allows me to go Chandra, add 2 mana, and then I have a 3rd mana floating to play Chaos Warp. And my intention here is to warp away the Gideon so that I can start attacking his Planeswalkers with Batterskull. And he fetches in response. I get a land into play off. He gets a land into play off Chaos Warp, and then he plays Murderous Cut on my Germ token. All right, in his next turn, he plays a Moat. So being that I just lost my Chaos Warp, this is going to be a really hard deck, especially not only because of that, but mono red is like no way to deal with enchantments, right? All right, he ultimates Nissa, which takes down my Chandra. I play Curse Totem and then scry Pyroclasm to the bottom. On his next turn, he plays Sorin, Solemn Visitor, which again, not too scary, but for the ultimate, he's quite strong. He has a quite strong ultimate, and he looks like he's building it up to it pretty quickly here. I'm kind of priced into using this Hour of Devastation to deal with both of his Planeswalkers, because Sorin was just about to get to 6 loyalty, and I want to have him to get out of range here. But then he goes Kiora, which again has a really nasty ultimate. If I can't deal with that, I'm screwed. Scry a land to the top, so I can hopefully maybe do something with some more mana, but he recasts Etali here. I play Volcanic Offering, which is a nice card. I can kill one of his non-basic lands as well as Atraxa before he can use it to proliferate Kiora, so that kind of saves me a turn here. Otherwise Kiora would be ultimating right now. So on upkeep I scry Lotus Bloom to the bottom, then draw a land, play Cycle Sweltering Suns, and pass the turn. Alright, Kiora is now at 5 loyalty, threatening ultimate next turn, and he has a Pernicious Deed, so I'm in a lot of trouble unless I draw something good here. Pernicious Deed comes down, and he says go. I bounce my Batterskull at the end of his turn, and once again scry. I see Cavern of Souls, that's got to go down. Draw Mind Stone and immediately sack it because I'm in desperation mode. I need to draw an answer to this Kiora, and it doesn't look like I find anything. So I just recast Batterskull. Hopefully he screws up. He doesn't. He ultimates Kiora and then sacks Pernicious Deed, makes a Kraken. So all I have is a Batterskull against Never-Ending Krakens and only 4 lands. So I scooped that game up. Hopefully I can do better game 2. All right, game 2, I see a pretty good hand here. Anger of the Gods is kind of a dead card, but I do have Flame Slash, Chaos Warp, and Akroma, all of which are good. On my turn 2, I draw Wild Guess, which is the original Tormenting Voice. Quite a nice one. I'm able to pitch this useless Anger of the Gods and then draw 2 cards. And these 2 cards are mountains, which is exactly what I want. All right, I see a Coercive Portal, which is nice, and I'm still able to use all my mana. I morph Akroma, Angel of Fury. This is kind of nice in the sense that it's a early play that can pressure his Planeswalkers, even if it is just to scathe zombies at the moment. All right, he once again has a turn 3 Planeswalker. This time it's Ashiok, Nightmare Weaver. And I just kind of mainly want him to not ultimate that again. He pluses it and sees 3 lands, so I'm kind of happy that he got those lands off my deck in a way, and I'm able to play Coercive Portal, so I'm going to start this engine rolling, get to draw 2 cards a turn here for the foreseeable future. All right, he uses Ashiok again, sees another 3 mountains, and then plays Atraxa. This time he gets to proliferate. Upkeep, I draw 2 cards. And then I Flame Slash Atraxa and attack Ashiok down to 4 loyalty, and then play Solemn Simulacrum, which guarantees that I'll be able to either play Etali or flip Akroma on my next turn. All right, Ashiok once again gets a bunch of mana sources. Wow, 9 mana sources and 3 activations. Then plays Moat. Moat's not as much of a problem this game because I can flip Akroma, which is flying. So I do that and take down his Ashiok, say go. But unfortunately, he has Vraska the Unseen on his next turn, which is not white or blue, so it's able to take out my Akroma, sadly, leaving me with no viable attackers. I choose Carnage with Coercive Portal just to see if he'll bite, but he doesn't. Then I play Thran Dynamo and then Chaos Warp the Moat. So I am able to attack Vraska. Here comes Gideon of the Trials off the Chaos Warp again. I have a mana floating, so I figure I might as well play Scroll Rack, which is a nice one with Etali. You can kind of stack your deck to go off with it. But anyway, Vraska down. Gideon is still out. Wasteland takes out my Valakut, which I had played last turn, unfortunately, because that would have been really nice to have that Valakut to just keep pressuring his Planeswalkers. He recasts Atraxa on 6 mana, and then is able to proliferate. I draw 2 cards and go ahead and just main phase this Volcanic Offering to take out Atraxa and the Command Tower. Then I play Anger. Normally this is a card you want to pitch to like a Wild Guess or Tormenting Voice, but being that it has haste and I don't really have any other use for it, I go ahead and use it to attack Gideon down to 3 loyalty. All right, he has another land, pluses Gideon once again, just says go. Draw 2 cards, one of which is Ruination, which is amazing. But he goes Blessed Alliance when I go to attack with Anger, and I have to sacrifice an attacking creature. Not a big deal, Anger likes to be in the graveyard anyway. Yeah, sure, you can gain 4 life, whatever. Ruination, I cast on my post-combat main. This is basically a one-sided Armageddon because he has only 1 basic. He has a fetch land, which he activates in response, but it's not going to be enough. So I have even more mana sources here. I play Everflowing Chalice for 2, then play Wayfarer's Bauble and use it right away to get a mountain. Say go, and he concedes. I guess 2 lands to my 7 or 8 is enough writing on the wall for him. All right, game 3. This hand's kind of sketchy. Mana situation is really rough, but I have Blood Moon, which is like the best possible card in this matchup, so I'm going to keep it. He goes fetch land into Deathrite Shaman, so I play this relic and immediately take that fetch land out of his graveyard, hoping that to strand this Deathrite Shaman as a kind of a useless card. But he has another fetch land, and I don't have enough mana to do anything with the relic, so he's able to sneak in this Liliana, the last hope, on his turn 2. So he gets a turn 2 Planeswalker and is able to start ticking up to an ultimate that is one of the best Planeswalker ultimates in the game. On his turn 3, he goes Propaganda, which is not that big a deal. It's a good card in the Atraxa deck. I think it's good against aggro decks, but against me it's not that great. Liliana's on 5 loyalty, and end of turn I crack the relic to hope to draw a land because I really want to play this Blood Moon. Luckily I do. I get thrown in the Hind City, so I'm able to play the Blood Moon and hope that this is going to be enough to carry me to the point where I can find an answer to Liliana before he can do much else. He attacks me for 1 and can't do anything, as he basically cannot play any of his colored spells. Liliana's at 7 loyalty, so I need to draw an answer now. Ulamog, an Hour of Devastation. Ugh. I'm 1 mana away. I didn't draw my little land I needed for the Hour of Devastation, which would have dealt 5 damage to the Planeswalker. So I'm forced to play Outpost Siege. This card's a great card, but now he's able to ultimate Liliana, get 2 zombies at least every end step. And so I gotta deal with this zombie horde coming out. All right, I finally get some more mana. I play Anger of the Gods to start to manage this zombie horde and get the death right out as well, past the turn. All he's doing is just saying go and making zombies, which, that's all he can do, but it's pretty strong. So on my turn, I keep drawing 3 cards. This time I have 6 mana, so I can play Etali, which will hopefully get me out of this mess. And now he has 2 plus another 2 zombies at the end step, so he has 6 zombies. Drawing a bunch of cards here, I play Gauntlet of Might to keep supercharging my mana. And here I kind of realize after I cast this that with the Blood Moon, he's going to be able to make a ton of colorless mana. So I'm kind of scared about that, and I play Wildfire, which deals with the zombie horde and sets him really far back on mana, but it also negatively impacts my mana, which is kind of problematic too, because I have this Ulamog I would have been able to play. Probably was the wrong play to do that. I wanted to use Sweltering Suns instead. And I don't have enough mana to attack into Propaganda. Alright, he just keeps making zombies. I keep drawing effectively 3 cards a turn. This time I remember to leave mana up while attacking with Etali, and I see Narset Transcendent. So I cast that. This is a decent Planeswalker. It's going to be potentially good in my deck. I don't have a lot of creature spells in my deck. So All Is Dust is not going to do anything. I plus it, just see a Wasteland, nothing there, discard 2 cards to hand size. He attacks Narset with 2 zombies. And then, so Narset's at 3 loyalty. On my turn, I keep getting mana, but I actually am able to now -2 Narset to have my Sweltering Suns get rebounded next turn. So I deal with the zombie horde this turn, and I get to deal with it next turn off of rebound. Etali's able to attack, and then I see Leyline of Sanctity, which is kind of whatever, not really that relevant. I think I have the game locked up at this point, which is kind of a weird feeling. He just makes 2 more zombies, and I draw effectively 3 cards on my upkeep. Zombies go bye-bye, and it doesn't really matter what I play here. I attack with Etali. He's at 4, so this is going to be enough to kill him. I see 2 cards that, might as well cast, but if he can't play anything to stop Etali, I don't see why he would. He's just going to die here. So, wow, that was a crazy game. I counted up, and there were 6 turns he was able to make zombies with Liliana's emblem, and I kind of fought through all that. So that was Did not think I was actually going to win that game when he played turn 3 Liliana. So what do you guys think of Big Red as an archetype in Duel Commander, and even Etali specifically? I've been having a lot of fun with this deck. I think it's got a lot of potential. But anyway, if you liked the video, if you think it provided value to you, I'd love it if you could subscribe to the channel. It'd mean a lot to me. And I post Duel Commander related videos every Thursday, so be sure to check back every week for more awesome content. Thanks for watching, guys.